All right, this is the Wednesday, May 17th edition of the Carolina Weather Video. It's a hot day setting up for today. Here's a look early this morning during the 5 o'clock hour from the Avalon Pier web camera there. Beautiful Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina, as we await the sunrise there over the Atlantic Ocean. Same deal in the Greensboro Tower camera, that eastern horizon brightening as we get closer to sunrise, and down in Charlotte as well. Same basic idea. Quiet, mild conditions this morning. Charlotte temperature at 69 degrees here during the 5 a.m. hour. Now, these are highs from yesterday: 94 in Columbia, 92 in Fayetteville, up to 88 yesterday in Charlotte. That's a good bit above the average of 79. The Greensboro high temperature 85. That's a good bit above the average of 77. Specifically, Triad viewing area mid 80s out there. Charlotte viewing area upper 80s and even low 90s in places like Monroe and Concord and Wadesboro yesterday. Even Boone at 82. So it was a really warm day. And today, most of us probably a degree or two hotter than what we had yesterday. Nothing happening on the radar this morning. Exceptionally quiet weather conditions. Same story when you expand and look out around the region. Now, we do have this southwesterly flow now in place across the region, and that's really bringing in the hotter type of air. Now, let's take a peek at what's happening across the lower 48. Back in the nation's midsection, pretty good storm system that's brought a healthy round of severe weather as we've gone through the past 24 hours. In fact, you take a look at the storm report map here. A lot of issues with severe weather yesterday in parts of the plains all the way up into the upper Midwest, and some more active weather to go. Here's today's severe weather outlook with your highest severe weather probabilities here in the parts of the plain states, mainly Iowa and surrounding areas. And then tomorrow, the next piece of energy pivots through, and it's places further to the southwest, places like Oklahoma and Kansas that are under the gun with severe weather threat. In fact, that's a Category 4 moderate severe weather risk back that way for later tomorrow. Ahead of all that, it is just a very quiet setup here across the southeastern part of the country, and really warm conditions today too. Let's take a peek here at your highs today, and it's going to be a hot one. 94 in Fayetteville, 93 in Columbia. Around the Charlotte viewing area, you're talking low to mid 80s, even in the mountain areas, and then a lot of Piedmont spots breaking 90 for high temperatures this afternoon. Same basic idea for the Triad viewing area. Upper 80s near the Virginia border, but then really I-40 and points south. Most folks hitting 90 or better this afternoon. Certainly a hot weather day by mid-May standards. Tomorrow, a little bit more cloud cover, and I do think a little better opportunity for a few mountain showers and thunderstorms to fire off tomorrow afternoon. Still pretty warm across the region tomorrow. Let's take a peek at Skycast in Charlotte, see how things are looking for us. And as we go through today, a lot of sunshine. Any of those clouds you see kind of focus off well to the north and west of the region. Just some high clouds overhead. I do think we'll have some high clouds streaming overhead at times tonight and toward daybreak tomorrow. And then another day tomorrow with a lot of heat and just a few more afternoon clouds trying to pop up. It's still a dry day once you get away from the mountain areas. Now we get on out into Friday. That cold front gets a little closer. I think there'll be the chance in the northern foothills and the northwest Piedmont for maybe just a couple of isolated thunderstorms beginning to fire. There's our Friday high temperature. Still a pretty hot day. Mountain areas showing you that increasing chance for some afternoon storms as we go through the next several days. The beach staying dry up and down the coast. Really nice stuff continuing right on into the first day of the upcoming weekend. Plenty of sunshine. Looking very, very nice here as we go forward in time up and down the Carolina coast. Now let me show you some more detailed charts real quick before I wrap up the video. We'll take a peek here at the 500 millibar chart here. Well, if I can get it to cooperate. There we go, 500 millibar chart here from the European model. There's the piece of energy driving today's severe weather threat I showed you a little earlier in the video. And then here is the next piece of energy right there that'll drive tomorrow's severe weather threat. Eventually down the road, here comes that piece of energy getting in here by Monday. And finally, again, this is the European model. As you get toward Wednesday of next week, finally, that final piece of energy kind of working in. But there's some differences next week on the various models. Let me show you the GFS real quick here today. Tomorrow, not a whole lot happening, although, again, a few isolated mountain storms could pop up. We get out to Friday. That's where we have that chance for, even down into the Piedmont, a couple of isolated showers or storms. Now, Saturday, Tricky forecast. Notice this high pressure trying to nose in from the northeast. On the GFS, it's a much cooler scenario over much of North Carolina. The front does not make it quite as far south on the European. But Saturday, a bit of a tricky forecast temperature-wise, and there could be a few showers or storms out there as well. Sunday, probably a residual deck of clouds in the morning, lingers for a little while with temperatures held in check to some extent. And then finally on Monday, that's when the next cold front approaches with a decent round of showers and thunderstorms. All right, that is it for the latest edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Stay cool, and God bless.